Hey guys, I think we might be live. I'm going to get started here in just a second, but let me get over here to our page to make sure that we have in fact come up. I think I see me. All right, let's see. Here comes moment of truth. Awesome. I am here. Awesome, ladies. Thank you so much for attending. If you're here with me live, I just always like to have that confirmation that I do see myself. So I'm not presenting here to nobody and we're missing the whole thing. So thank you for giving me a moment to do that. I am excited to be here. This is so much fun. This is our, March 27th Oily Workshop of the Week. And I'm ready to rock and roll. Just a heads up, as we go through tonight, it's hard for me to look two places at one time, right? Go to the Facebook comments and go back to my screen and my notes and make sure I stay kind of all in one place. So just a heads up, I typically will keep my eyes on the presentation. So if you have like a comment or a question, don't think I'm ignoring you. More than likely, I'm just really focused in on trying to get everything in here. I'm going to try to spend about an hour so that real respectful of your time. And just know I'm not ignoring you, and definitely put it in there and I will absolutely come back at the end. I'm going to be asking you guys to interact a little bit, give me a few answers to questions that I'll be asking you. So definitely, please do pop that in. I would love to come back and comment later. Okay. So if you're watching live, if you're watching the replay, also be sure you say hello, right? So I could come back and say, thank you so much for being here and taking the time tonight. So I appreciate y'all. I am going to go ahead and share my screen so that you guys can see the slides and information that I prepared for you. So I believe you should be seeing it now. It says Oily Life Hacks for Moms, 5 simple oily life hacks to make your life a little happier, healthier, and easier, even if you're currently feeling overwhelmed and in desperate need of some self-care, because as moms, aren't we all? Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to be looking at how you can make 5 simple changes to your daily routine designed to really support your mental, your physical, and your happiness in general, the health of your family, both yourself, as the mom, and your family as well, because we're really looking out for everybody when we're the moms here. My promise to you is, I'm going to be trying to only share really like the most impactful information, things that you can easily get started with this week. These are life hacks that I use, myself. I'm a mom of 3. I'm a wife. I've got 2 dogs. I run a business. I'm a busy person. And so I'm really going to keep, the statistics and bland kind of information, the science behind it to a minimum. There are many resources you can go to for that. And I'll provide this for you, but I'm really going to keep it focused on mom life and, where we are right now in our life and what we're trying to accomplish, with the use of essential oils and trying to make that a little happier and healthier for us. So that's my promise to you. In turn, I hope you can make a promise to yourself. You committed to showing up to this class, whether it be live with me or on the replay later, and you were intrigued enough to make a plan to be here, right? Maybe it was, hubby, you go entertain the kids for an hour. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch this, right? So whatever your situation, you made the commitment to yourself to be here. And so I really want to encourage you to, honor that commitment, close out the other windows you might have open, put your cell phone on nighttime mode and, make this worth your while. Tell yourself, I'm worth this, my family's worth this, and I'm going to find out what I can find out tonight. And I'm going to really, focus in here. I think we can train ourselves to either be scattered all over the place and be like the crazy mom brain, or we can really train ourselves to be focused and present. And I promise you, if you are fully present tonight, I do feel like you're going to get enormous value out of this information tonight. So finally, I ask you come into this class with an open mind, right? No matter your knowledge level of essential oils currently, whether you're an avid user or brand new to them and don't know anything, I think that if you come in with the expectation that you're here to get some kind of golden nugget, that you're here for a reason, that you're meant to take away from this class, then you will. Okay. So open your heart, open your mind, and let's dive in. Let's dive into this information. As before we get started, it's always important to reinforce this disclaimer. I posted something in the Facebook event earlier about this tonight as well, but legally it is important for me to share with you. I'm not a medical professional. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm an educator who just made a decision to do better for myself, my family, and now I'm excited to share this information with others. It's not intended to treat or cure or diagnose any illness. It's not meant to replace professional medical advice or attention. We're here to talk about wellness, not illness, right? Being preventative. And the use and application of the information in this class, it's all at your own risk. And it's not advice, it's educational content. Okay? So now that that is out of the way, let's get on to the fun stuff. I do encourage you to stay until the end. I do my very best to keep my classes about at the hour mark to respect your time and your planning. And I am going to be sharing at the end how you can get a simple starter kit of essential oils and a diffuser at half price and some fun gifts to go along with it, so that if you go through this class and you want to implement all of the life hacks that we talked about tonight, that you do have an opportunity to do that and have everything that you need. There's also going to be an opportunity for everybody who attends this class to enter into a giveaway. I'm giving away a free bottle of essential oil and a roller bottle filled with carrier oil. Looks kind of like this. And just so you can give this oily lifestyle a try. And I'll share exactly how to enter that at the end of class tonight. Okay, so fun stuff. Now, as we get started, I really do want to share that I really do truly believe that you're here for a reason tonight, right? I'm assuming you decided to show up for this class because you want something more out of your mom life. Maybe that's more happiness or more purpose or more health or more life, right? Something more. And I'll let you know that, if that's you, you are exactly in the right place, because like it says here on this slide, an oily lifestyle, it is not just about using essential oils. And I'm really passionate about this. Let's go the other way. It's really a complete mindset shift. It's a new way of thinking about your home, about your health, about your happiness, and making small yet intentional steps that you're going to be taking each day to support that ideal lifestyle that you're really looking to take. Okay. So I'm going to keep rolling, but I would love if you tell me in the comments, whether you're live or replay viewers, either one, where do you currently fall in your level of essential oils? No matter, are you brand new or experienced? So are you an A? An A is a person who says, I have no idea. I'm here to hang out and learn. If that's you, put an A down. Maybe you're a B. That means that you've got some friends that you use them. You've heard about them. You're somewhat intrigued by them, but you're not really sure what they do or exactly how they work. You're a B. Or are you a C? That means you already love essential oils and you're just excited to try out some new oily life hacks that hopefully you will learn tonight. So put your answer in the comments. I'll come back and check them later, but A, B, or C, depending on where your knowledge of essential oils lies. Okay? So let's keep going as you do that. Now, I want you to know that you're definitely in the right place tonight if you want to create a happier and healthier life for your family without spending hours upon hours researching what it's actually going to take to make that happen, because we all know we don't have time for that. You're also in the right place tonight if you've tried to simplify your life, but nothing really worked. You know how sometimes it feels like when people give you tips on how to simplify, it actually feels like you're being asked to do more work to make that happen? Been there, done that. And then also you're in the right place if you just wish that you had more hours in your day just to enjoy life, right? To love on your kids, to nurture your relationships, to do what makes you happy, right? Without, the to-do list that we constantly have in our heads as moms, and that motherhood, kind of mental load that's weighing us down. So if that sounds like you, I want you to know you are absolutely in the right place, okay? And if you want to know something even better, I want to tell you that all of this is possible and so much more. Now, how do I know this? How can I say this with such confidence? Because let me tell you, I've gone through this transformation myself, okay? Not perfect, but I am on the road to this transformation and I've made some progress I'm going to share with you here. So as we go, you're saying, okay, now then who are you? How do I know what you do? How do I know who you are? Well, let me show you a little bit here. So my name's Summer. I'm a mid-30s wife. I'm a mom of 3. I'm an essential oils enthusiast. I'm a passionate entrepreneur. There's a few truths kind of that I have in my heart about moms and about wives and about women that I feel like it's important to share with you so you kind of get a better feel for who I am. I believe that motherhood, it's meant to be joyful, right? Our lives are meant to bring us joy, and it's our own responsibility to be sure that's happening. It's no one else's. I also believe that stepping outside of your comfort zone is where the magic happens, right? So if you've ever made like a big change in your life, maybe losing 20 pounds or starting a business or living overseas with your family, something like that, I'm going to guess back, you would probably look back on that and say, it wasn't easy. It was scary. It didn't come naturally to me, but I'm also going to bet you say it changed your life and that you're better for it because you took that leap. Outside your comfort zone, it's where the magic happens. And finally, I believe that living in the now is one of the best gifts that we can give ourselves as a mom, right? Finding ways we can focus every single day on what's important now. It's one of the best things we can do for ourselves as both women and mothers, and being the best we can for our families by being present in the now and finding ways to intentionally do that. Okay, so now that you know a little bit more of my heart, here's kind of the data points about exactly who I am. My home is in Knoxville, Tennessee. I live with my hubby, Brett. I live with our 2 dogs, and I live with our 3 little ones, which are, let's go back, that are hopefully peacefully sleeping right now. We've got my daughter, Paige, who's 6, Trevor, who is 3, and Miles, who is 1. Okay, so mama 3, it's a crazy life, but I love it. Now, so let me show you this next picture, and I want to tell you that this is our before. So you might look at this and say, this is what life looked for us before I got started on this journey of using essential oils in our daily lives. Now, the funny thing is maybe you're looking at this and you're saying, oh, well, that looks pretty good, right? That's your before. But, I've got that my 2 cute little ones here, we look pretty happy. We look pretty healthy, but that's the kind of the point, right? That's fully the point. What we see on social media, what we see in photos, when we see people post basically their highlight reel, we don't know what's really happening behind the scenes, okay? So here's what you didn't see. And I'm really embarrassed to show these pictures, but I think it's important to understand the truth. Too often we only see that highlight reel on social media, and we start to think that all of that perfect picture of happy smiles is what mom life is supposed to be like all the time. And we start to think that if we're not experiencing that ourselves, then we must be doing something wrong. Okay. So I want you to hear me on this and really hear this. If you're feeling stretched to the seams, like you can't keep up, like the weight of motherhood and the responsibilities in your job and your finances and everything that you're trying to keep up with, if it's beyond overwhelming and making you feel like you'll never get back to experiencing joy in your life again, I just want you to know that I understand. I was there, and there's hundreds and thousands of other women like that feel just like you all over the country. This is a picture that my daughter snapped, on my cell phone. I think it accurately displays how I was feeling at this time in my life. I was trying to put this happy face on that we had it all together, but really things were falling apart, and you can see it in my smile. This other picture was our master bathroom. That's what it looked like in my closet too. That's what it looked like in our master bedroom too. And this is just one example. My life was so overwhelming to me that I felt like I was drowning, and I couldn't even start on fixing anything in my life because there was just so much, right? Guys, it's one of these things you just get stuck. I was feeling exhausted. I was feeling unhappy. I was feeling overwhelmed, to say the least, and hopeless. And as you guys know, when mama ain't happy, nobody happy. So, as moms, our way we present ourselves, the way that we feel, it greatly impacts the rest of our family. Okay. And so my husband and my kids, the people that I love the most in the world, they were getting the absolute worst of me. Right. And in turn, I was affecting their happiness as well. So simply put, I wanted more out of my life. right? And I just didn't know how to make that happen. I was stuck and I felt like I was at this place where I just didn't know what to do. I was, kind of drowning. Um, I just wanted more. That's all there was to it. So guys, if this sounds like you, if you can relate to any piece of the story, I'd love if you, typed yes, gave me an emoji, something, a thumbs up in the comments, just so that we can see each other and we can know that we're not alone in this journey. Maybe your struggle doesn't look like me, but I've got a feeling that there's something for all of us that we're just like, this is weighing me down and it's causing me to lose the joy out of life. Okay. So let us know if you can relate so we can rise up with each other on this. So now the question becomes, if we know this is a struggle, how do we make the simple changes that we need to make to create, this abundant motherhood and life that we desire to live and that we believe that we're meant to live, right? We're not supposed to be unjoyful. So, think about this for a minute and really imagine, think in your head, what would it mean to you to create a lifestyle that was centered, in presence? So you can enjoy the moment of your kids ride the bikes down their street and not be thinking about the load of laundry you've got, waiting for you, or sip that glass of wine, on the back deck, to not, be thinking like, oh, what do I have to do tomorrow, right? What would it mean to you to live a life centered in presence? How about a life centered in purpose, where you know what you're living for, you know why you're here, what you're working towards as a family and in your job and whatever else is important to you? What about one that's centered in abundance, right? Having enough time, space, energy, freedom, joy, enough for you and enough for everybody else. And how about one that's centered in, let me go the other way, in wellness, right? And, taking care of yourself, of the physical, emotional, the spiritual well-being through proactive measures. What would a life like that mean to you? How about a lifestyle that uses your intuition as a mother, your knowledge as a mother at the center of every decision around your family's health and wellness? How empowering would that feel? Really think about that. And what about just in general, a mom life that makes you empowered to love your life as a mom, right? Instead of just getting through it, right? Actually loving this life as a mom. Take a minute, think about that. Just imagine that. How would it feel to wake up every day knowing in your heart that you're doing work as a mom and as a woman that, you are meant to do, that this is why you're here, and that you're passionate to wake up and go about your day. Okay. Ultimately, guys, it's all about creating the life that you want to live, right? We're given one life to live. So if not now, if we're not going to make these changes now, when is it going to happen? So I showed you the before picture. So I've got to show you the after picture, right? And if you notice, looking at these pictures, not much has changed. And my kids are maybe a little bit older. I'm a little bit older. We've got a third child now. But honestly, from the outside, our family looks about the same, right? But here's what I need you to hear me say, and really hear me say this. For me, the actual physical bottles of essential oil, they're simply a starting place. As you discover all the things that oils can do for you, from, cleaning your home to supporting your emotional state to helping you with all these different systems in your body, I got plugged into this community of women that are just like you, just like me, who are simply trying to do the best we can for our family's health and happiness. And the effect of being surrounded by that positive forward thinking, the effect on me and my family by being involved in this supported group of women from all over the world who are using oils and just actively pursuing their best selves. It's been simply inspiring, to say the least. It's changed my life. And I feel like I'm on a different life path than I was before, discovering essential oils and young living. So like I said before, and like I'm saying here, it's never just about the oils. It's about so much more. Okay. So today, I am going to be sharing with you the 5 oily life hacks that have allowed me to help create this increased happiness and wellness and purpose in my life. It's not about creating a perfect life. It's not about saying, oh, I've got everything amazing now. Absolutely not. It's about saying, what are those intentional steps that I can take every single day to move in that direction? Okay. And guys, I know that if I made this happen in my life, you can make it happen too. Okay. No excuses. So let's be honest, when you're first getting started with essential oils, if you've never used them before, it can be scary to figure out, what to do with them or how to use them. How do I use these little bottles of oil? And the secret that I've found is that, you start getting overwhelmed and you start, feeling like you're stuck if you don't start implementing them right away. And so I'm going to be giving you a plan. And that's really the best way to, get rid of that overwhelm or the confusion. And so as I share, these 5 oily life hacks today, I believe they're going to have the biggest impact in your life in a very simple way. So I want you to think about, how would these be fitting into your life? And can you imagine this being a part of your daily lifestyle as well? So first things first, if you're anything like me, to really, plug into something new, you've got to understand what that something is in the first place, right? And really know why you should even consider bringing these new products into your family and exposing your family to it, right? You need to understand what this is. So I'm going to give you the, I call it the under 5-minute quick and direct explanation of what essential oils are, how they work, and why you should bother paying attention to this information in the first place. Okay. So as I dive in, I know I've got people of different, skill levels of experience level here with essential oils. I'd love if you told me in the comments, if you've used an essential oil before, just a yes or a no. But if it's a yes, I would love if you told us which one. And if you're like a avid user, tell us your favorite one so we could get some ideas of like, if we're thinking about like, ooh, which one do we want to try? Give us your favorite one so we can get some new ideas here. But tell me, yes or no, have you used essential oils? And then share me a favorite or whichever one you've used before. Okay. You guys do that. I'm going to keep rolling. And we're going to go into this real quick and easy review of what essential oils are. So essential oils are basically just the aromatic liquids found within plants. Okay, so it's really simple. What they are is a very natural process. When you smell a rose, or let's say you're like in a pine forest, that aroma that you're smelling, it's that essential oil rising into the air. Okay, so if you've ever experienced that before, you've actually experienced essential oils, even if you didn't think you had. So essential oils are very potent. So a little goes a long way. They're a concentrated plant extract. So that's good news that a little bottle is going to go a very far way. Essential oils have been used all over the world for centuries. They've been found in the Egyptian pharaohs' tombs. They're prized in China for beautifying properties. They've been distilled for hundreds of years in France. They even are mentioned in religious texts. So they go back hundreds and hundreds of years. There are actually about 300 kinds of essential oils on the earth, but the good news for you and for me is that you only need about 10 or 20 of them to really build a really good kit of essential oils that's going to do for you what you need. Okay. So some more good news, you do not need to be an aromatherapist to safely use them. Now, there's going to be some specific tips and general guidelines and rules of thumb to use when you're using essential oils, especially for the first time, to use them safely with kids, with babies. But in general, this isn't something that requires a degree to figure out. It requires some best practices and getting started safely. Okay. And, ladies, truth be told, I certainly don't know everything, right? The phrase "I don't know" is something I use a lot, but I do know the resources and the references to point you to find out the answer. And it's all about empowering yourself, right? You don't want to always rely on other people to find the answer. You want to know where to go so you can discover that answer for yourself. Now, there's 3 main ways to get oils into your system. You've got topically, you just put a drop of oil or with a carrier oil on your skin and rub it in. You're using it topically. Internally, you're going to ingest it and cook with it, or aromatically, you're going to diffuse it, like I got going here, and inhale it, right? So I always suggest pick which one feels best for you, which one feels like it would become, naturally to you, and then start there, right? So why would you use those essential oils? Like, what do they do for you? Well, for starters, they provide support for every system in your body. So skeletal, muscular, circulatory, endocrine, your hormones, your respiratory system, your immune system, and your emotions as well. And we're going to go into the specifics, in the life hack so you can feel even more specific about what exactly they'll do for you. But guys, when it comes down to it, all comes down to living a life above the wellness line. So I'll be real honest. I did not used to understand what the definition of wellness is. It's like one of those words that people throw around and they don't really know what it is, right? But I actually love the real definition behind wellness. So wellness is defined as a conscious, self-directed, and evolving process of achieving your full potential in life. So this can include actively pursuing healthy choices to support your physical, mental, and social well-being. And if you're like a personal growth and self-development, junkie like me, this is the perfect definition of everything that you love to pursue already. So wellness is not merely the absence of disease. It's so much more encompassing of actually going after and pursuing the type of life that you ideally want to live. So I like this graphic here. It kind of helps to illustrate what it means to live life above the wellness line. So there's multiple aspects of wellness, and each person's exact points might be different, but each one is important when you're pursuing, that optimal health. And any one aspect below the wellness line, it could lead to not reaching what your full potential is. So now the good news about this is that staying above the wellness line is actually pretty easy once you get there, but it's just the getting there that takes a little work. So what I found is there's basically two keys to getting above the wellness line and then staying there. Number one is acknowledging that you have a desire to change and grow, right? And then number two is actually implementing, making those small, consistent tweaks to your lifestyle through the use of daily habits. That's what we're talking about today, guys. So let's dive right into these 5, simple changes that you can make to your daily routine. Make your life a little happier, healthier, and easier without adding more to that already full plate, and really helping to get you above that wellness line so that you can easily stay there. All right. So here we go, guys. Rolling on. We've got number 1. Life hack number 1 is get your sleep. So I've got a feeling all of us moms could use a little more of that. Am I right? So essential oils can help you to relax mentally and physically and make it actually easier for you to fall asleep and then sleep more soundly. So here's how that works. You've got cells inside the nose that take that smell in from your environment and they send it to your brain, right? So here's the unique thing about smell. It's the only sense, like, touch, taste, seeing, smell is the only one that goes directly in and goes to a section of your brain that controls your emotional reactions and your memory. All your other senses go through all these different places like receptors that bounce around and then get there. So this is the only one that goes directly to that place. So that makes it unique, right? So what's important about that? Well, it goes there and it allows you to trigger memories. So like if you remember, how your grandma's perfume smelled or how that fresh baked bread smelled, it triggers an emotion and it comes on quickly and it comes on strongly because of that direct connection. So for our life hack, how does this help us? Well, we need to implement a nightly routine that incorporates that aroma and emotional support of essential oils to help us get ready and get into that state that tells us, turn off all that mom brain stuff and it is time to sleep brain. Let's get there. Let's get ready to do that. So I always like to look at an example of, how do other people do this? So here's what my nightly routine looks like for me, incorporating essential oils and getting ready for that, deep essential sleep. And by the way, all of the essential oils that I talk about in all of the life hacks tonight, they're all ones that you're going to find in the Young Living Premium Starter Kit. So if you want to get started on implementing a similar routine into your own life, it's going to be super easy to do when you get the starter kit. I'm going to tell you all about that at the end of our class. Okay. So at the end, for my nightly routine, here's what I do. I have a lavender roller bottle. Okay. It looks like this. It's lavender essential oils. Sweet almond oil is the carrier oil in it. I apply it to the bottoms of my feet and the back of my neck. Okay. So that just kind of gets me into that emotional state. I have a DIY essential oils face serum that I love to use. I use frankincense, lavender, citrus freshener, all oils from the starter kit. And I put that on my face instead of a face cream from the drugstore. I also use a wolfberry eye cream, which is also from Young Living. It's a, oils infused eye cream, which I love. I have a diffuser running by my bed, just like how I got back here. And I love to do, one of my favorites is Stress Away and lavender mixed together. It's about 4 or 5 drops of each oil. It's not an exact science. And then I love to journal, right? While my diffuser's running, I might apply a drop or 2 of oils to my wrist and rub them together. But I personally like to write down 3 gratitudes for the day, 3 things that I'm thankful for, and then a personal affirmation. So something that I've been struggling around and that I want to, improve in my life. So that's my nighttime routine. You can see that essential oils play a big part of it. And it's all about getting you ready for sleep and then, having the diffuser running and supporting that sound sleep. I also have a routine for my kids, right? Because we know that their sleep affects our sleep as moms. So I like to start their diffuser running with Stress Away or Peace and Calming about 15 minutes before they start getting ready for bed. So their room is, kind of already in that state, and they're smelling it as they come in. We've got this pillow spray. They like to spray it on their pillows before they brush their teeth, so that it's all dry and nice when they come back. But it's like witch hazel and lavender. And it's just, adding to that whole like getting in that right state, the calm state of mind, and getting ready for sleep. And then we have some like affirmation cards specifically for kids. So I like to do that with my daughter, who the 6-year-old. And then I have like a questions cube I like to roll with my son. And of course, we've got the diffuser running. And it's just another way to get them talking about their day and kind of into that same mindset that I'm trying to cultivate for myself with the journaling and, thinking about our day and reflecting. So as you can see, essential oils support this entire whole calming nighttime routine, and that's life hack number 1. It's as simple as that, right? Using essential oils to get your sleep, to help your kids get their sleep, and just making that whole time something that you look forward to instead of like a stressful time of day, which it still sometimes happens, right? But we're going for the ultimate, what we can do with what we've got. And essential oils definitely support that. All right, so that's life hack number 1. Let's move on to life hack number 2, which is clean that home. And specifically, guys, clean that home without the toxic chemicals, okay? I would encourage you that when you get done with this class tonight, if you've never taken the 3 cabinet challenge, that you need to go do this. Go to any 3 cabinets in your home. So maybe bathroom, kitchen, laundry room. Grab a bottle of something that you use in each. So like, window cleaner, floor cleaner, laundry detergent, all-purpose cleaning spray, whatever it is. Then go download the Think Dirty app, or you can do the Good Guide app, but I like the Think Dirty one. And you're going to look up each of those products and find the toxicity score for it. So it's going to be between 1 and 10. If your score is between 4 and 7, you've got the potential for moderate negative long-term health effects from using that product. If it's between 8 and 10, that means there are ingredients in that product that have the potential for serious negative long-term health effects. Okay. Guys, once the initial shocks wears off after you do this, go ahead and let's pick your jaw up off the floor and let's take a stand to protect you and your family. Guys, seriously, it's eye-opening. I was in the same place. I just didn't know. And, I can't worry about the past. It's all about know better, do better for the future. And so the important thing is now saying, okay, I know this information, so now what do I do with it? And that's where our next life hack comes in, okay? So I encourage you to use what we call the ditch and switch method, which means to replace one toxin-filled cleaning product at a time with a natural alternative. This is actually the exact thing that initially got me personally started with essential oils and Young Living. I was looking for a natural alternative for the toxin-filled cleaning products in our home, okay? So what do I mean ditch and switch? Here's the key. I mean to find the products in your home that are rated that 8 to 10 to start with on the Think Dirty app, and then one at a time, find a non-toxic alternative to replace that product with. Now, if you're in a place financially where you can throw out every single toxic thing and get, all new ones in one fell swoop, by all means, go for it. For me personally, I was not in that place and I had to do one product at a time. And so when it came to the time of the month where it was like I was about to run out of our old laundry detergent or our old dish soap, I would say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to reallocate the funds that I would have already been spending on buying that replacement product and instead put it into buying the non-toxic alternative. Okay. So now maybe you're worried like, oh my gosh, this is going to be complicated. I'm going to have to do all this research. You don't have time for that. Neither do I. I totally hear you. And I would have felt the same way if it hadn't have been for the Thieves Concentrated Cleaner. Okay. I've actually got a bottle here. This is it. This is what it looks like. So this is the Thieves Concentrated Cleaner. I use it for pretty much everything, guys. Everything. This is a 14.4 ounce bottle. It's about $22 when you're a member of Young Living. And this is going to last you months. So you only need about an ounce of it to make a spray bottle. So you fill up like the lid of it, and then you're going to make a spray bottle about this size with just that, and then filling the rest with water. So it's super simple, super easy to do. It doesn't take time, at all to get it made. And then think about what amazing value that is. So you're paying $22 for the concentrated, and then you're making yourself, 14 different spray bottles, which is amazing, right? Now, I don't just use it for spray bottles. I use it for pretty much everything. And, here's a list if you need a list to help you brainstorm here, but I use it to, clean countertops, dust, mop floors, clean windows, shampoo carpets, clean upholstery, deodorize laundry, wash fruits and vegetables. Like it's simply an all-in-one natural cleaner. It's non-toxic. It's super effective on getting out, tough stains and other problem areas. And I love the smell. It makes me think of Christmas. And I love that I can use it around my kids and my pets and not have to worry about it, right? And I don't have to have a bunch of products all throughout my, cabinet and lose one and then not be able to clean something, right? It's one single product, and then you just use it in different concentration levels depending on, what you want to use it for. Okay. So guys, if this is new information to you, especially, tell me in the comments, does this make sense to you? How are you feeling about all this? Is this new info to you? Are you feeling convicted about switching out some of the toxins that you might have lurking in your home for non-toxic alternatives? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to keep going, but I definitely want to know how this is sitting for you. This was a big thing for me, and this was a reason I got involved with Young Living in the first place, is looking for those non-toxic cleaning products. Okay. All right. While you're telling me that, let's move on to life hack number 3, which is set the mood. Now, guys, sorry, I don't mean that type of mood. I mean the mood of your entire home, right? The feeling that you get when you walk into your home, whenever it is, when your husband, your partner in life walks into your home, when your kids walk in, that atmosphere, the way they're feeling about being home. Now, as many of us probably did or have done in the past, I used to love the smell of candles, and I enjoy my home, smelling pleasant. But on the journey to living above the wellness line, getting rid of candles and air fresheners was one of the very first things I did. And if you don't know why, I encourage you to go Google the dangers of candles and air fresheners. And guys, I'm not talking about fire safety, and you'll see exactly why these were the first to go. Okay. So if I'm not going to use candles and air fresheners anymore, instead of using these air fresheners and candles, my life hack to get a great smelling home and create, that positive atmosphere that we're looking for is by using a diffuser. A diffuser, right? As simple as that, as a simple way to make essential oils a part of your daily life. And like I mentioned earlier, aromatically is one way to use oils, and your diffuser is really the simplest way to make this happen. And you do get a diffuser as part of your premium starter kit, along with your kit of 12 oils when you purchase that. So it's a great way to get started. Now, because using your diffuser, it's a lot of fun. I have fun finding new blends and new oils to try that I put in it. You can try different combos at nighttime and during the day, and in different rooms of your home, depending on what type of mood you're looking to set or what support you're looking for that day. It's not an exact science, but I typically put about 6 to 8 total drops of oils into my diffuser at one time. These are a few of my favorite blends, and if you've got a favorite, definitely tell us in the comments. But thieves and frankincense, like when those sicky ickies are kind of going around at school. Peppermint, lemon, and lavender, great for this time of year. Seasons are changing, perfect for that time of weather. Stress away and lavender, I mentioned that earlier. It's an amazing, calming, supporting smell. There's so many recipes you can try, guys. You can make your own. It's a lot of fun to find what you like. And all these ones listed here are ones that you can make using just the oils in the premium starter kit. So, that emotional support and setting the atmosphere in your home is such a big benefit of what you're able to do with essential oils. All right, guys. So moving on to life hack number 4, which is boost that immunity. All right, so guys, Thieves essential oil has been our number one go-to when we need an immunity boost. So when might you need an immunity boost? The leaves start to change, kids go back to school, sniffles are running rampant, cold weather hits, you're at a location with a lot of people, or guys, basically you're living life as a human, right? If you're living life as a human, you probably need an immunity boost. Okay, so Thieves essential oil, it comes in your premium starter kit. We talked about it a little bit as a part of the Thieves cleaner, but it has cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, rosemary, lemon essential oils, and it supports healthy immune function. So it smells great too. It's like fresh baked cookies, spicy and earthy. I love it. So your life hack with this is basically, let's go to the next slide, is basically to support, a healthy immune system and your overall wellness for yourself and your family, is just adding simple daily habits into your daily life that are going to help you to be proactive in boosting your natural immunity and your natural immune system. Okay, so guys, there's a bunch of different ways you can do this. I'm going to give you a few ideas, but you got to figure out, what works for you and your family. We run diffuser blends that include Thieves, like Thieves and Citrus Fresh or Thieves and Peppermint. Keep your air in your home working for you instead of against you. You can put a few drops of Thieves on the bottom of your feet at night and then put on socks. That works great. I love having an immunity support roller bottle with me throughout the day. I put Thieves, lemon, frankincense, oregano, and tea tree in it in a roller bottle, roll it on wrists, necks, keep yourself feeling good and immunity supported throughout the day. You can also drink a 2-ounce shot of Nixure Red each morning. We love this stuff. The kids love it. And there's actually 2 samples in your starter kit to try out. It's an antioxidant drink to keep your system working to its full potential. So guys, when we talk about this and Thieves and wellness, remember, it's all about being proactive in supporting your wellness, right? I'm not saying you're never going to get sick. I'm not saying you're never going to need to go to the doctor. I'm not saying any of that. What I am saying is that it feels amazing to be empowered to support your family's wellness in a way that you can do on your own, right? It's a way to take back control of your family's health rather than waiting until something happens and then having to rely on others to help you get better, okay? So guys, tell me in the comments, who here is down for doing whatever proactive steps you can do to boost your immunity. Do you like the idea of being able to be empowered and proactive in supporting your family's wellness and health? I know for me, this was really big that I could take steps on my own to help my family's life be a little happier and healthier every single day, right? This was big, not to have to rely on others all the time. All right, guys, tell me about that. Tell me what you're thinking. And let's move on to the final life hack, which is, I know you're going to love this one, right? Preserve your beauty. So I bet you remember, or you're going to soon remember when you go download it, all those yucky chemicals that you found lurking in your cleaning products. Now go through the same process of checking the toxin score of your favorite beauty products on the Think Dirty app. So see how they stack up. Think face wash, lotions, moisturizer, shampoo, makeup. Go through all those products that you're rubbing into your body every single day. Ladies, I'll be honest, it's scary. It's scary how much most of us have just assumed that a product is safe because it's allowed on the shelves of our stores, or because it was given a seal of approval by some agency. The average woman puts 515 synthetic chemicals on her body every day, largely without knowing it. About 60% of what we put on our skin is absorbed into our bodies, and many of the ingredients in US beauty products, it's scary. They've been banned in Europe and other countries because scientific studies suggest that they could be linked to cancer, reproductive harm, and neurotoxicity. Okay? As always, it's about knowing better and doing better, right? Each individual product that you ditch and switch in your home is one less product that is, having those chemicals in your home. And over the days and months and years, just those single little products that you're ditching and switching, it all adds up. So our life hack to preserve your beauty is to learn some simple and natural beauty recipes that are going to save you money and help you get those chemicals and toxins out of your home. Okay. So just to give you an example, here's some things that I decided to ditch and switch in my own beauty routine. So I decided to get rid of the store-bought hand soap and body wash. And now I use a simple Castile soap based blend mixed with some essential oils like lavender, citrus fresh. I just have it in like a foaming bottle that I can use in the bathroom or the shower. I now make my own body lotion using coconut oil, almond oil, shea butter, beeswax, and lavender or stress away essential oil. It is so heavenly. I can't imagine using anything else. I make my own body scrubs using the shower, like sugar, coconut oil, peppermint. Instead of using that store-bought face cream, I use that essential oil packed serum that I talked about earlier. Instead of a store-bought eye cream, I use the wolfberry eye cream, essential oils infused. Even for my pimple cream, right? Because let me tell you, I'm in my mid 30s and I still get acne. Instead of using that drugstore pimple cream, I use the tea tree oil infused acne treatment that Young Living offers. And now here's the good news too. If you're like, I don't have time to DIY all of this stuff, you absolutely don't have to. I just wanted to let you know the option is there, but Young Living has entire lines of face care products, personally clean products, like even makeup that you can order from them. Okay, so you do not have to do it your own. You can absolutely go to the source and get what you need. All right. So guys, to recap, our 5 life hacks that I want you to take away tonight to make your life happier, healthier, and a little less stressful are: number 1, you now know how to get your sleep using an oily nighttime routine. Number 2, you know how to clean your home without the toxic chemicals by ditching and switching your products. Number 3, you know how to set the mood with a simple and easy diffuser. You know how to boost your immunity with proactive daily habits. And you know how to preserve your beauty with natural DIY recipes. And guys, this is all possible because of essential oils. So guys, you learned how to use simple lifestyle tweaks to make big changes in your family's wellness. You learned why essential oils are key to ditching the toxins and de-stressing your mom life, right? What we all want. And you learned that this is all possible for you and your family. You just literally have to take the first step to make it happen, right? I am guessing that you're here because you want better for your family, don't we all? I'm guessing you're here because you want that happy and healthy life without the stress of trying to figure out all those details. Guessing that you're here because you simple, please, solution to help you go after true lifelong wellness for your family, not just, a Band-Aid or a quick fix. And you're here today because you're ready to make a change, right? And you're ready to make this happen now. Guys, if I'm right, if I'm speaking to you, if you're like, yes, this is me, give me a yes in the comments if I'm speaking to you right now. So here's what I need you to know. I want you to know that, guys, now is your time. Now is your time, right? We've got one life. Now is your time. It's your time to feel confident. It's time to feel confident in knowing that you're making the right choices. You're picking the right products, right? And that you're not having to worry about that. It's time to get guidance. We are not meant to know all this all alone. Do not beat yourself up not knowing this earlier. It's all about know better and do better and getting the guidance you need to move forward. It's time to receive encouragement. Think about when you've got other people supporting you, cheering you on, being there beside you, walking this lifestyle. Think about how much easier it is to make those changes than when you're trying to do something alone. It's a big difference. And guys, it's time to sprinkle joy, right? Every single day, it makes me happy when I turn on my diffuser filled with, and put drops of oil on my wrists. Oils make us happy, flat out. Who does not want more happiness in their life? And it's time to cultivate happiness and health because like we said, guys, if not now, then when? When are we going to do it? And ultimately, it's all about finding that happy and healthy lifestyle that you were meant to live, right? That's what we're all looking for. Guys, essential oils are the key. You need them in your home as a part of this simple and toxin-free lifestyle that you desire. And ladies, I'm going to tell you, you owe this to yourself. Right? You owe yourself the love and care that you so freely give to others. This is your time to do something for you and then have those effects of that decision impact your family's health and wellness for years into the future. Okay? So if you're like, yes, Summer, I am in, let's do this. So how do you begin? Okay, so I suggest the same way that I got started on my own essential oils journey, which is the Young Living Premium Starter Kit. So it's the only item on the Young Living Essential Oils website that is half off. So if you like to be, frugal with your money and really count your dollars, this is the best bang for your buck. You get 12 full-size bottles of essential oils plus a diffuser and a bunch of other samples that you're going to love in this kit. And you're going to get all of the oils that I talked about tonight in this class that you need to implement those 5 life hacks and all the different, lifestyle tweaks that we talked about here tonight. Okay, so let's take a quick look at exactly what you're getting. So you're going to get frankincense. Frankincense is a top skin oil. It smooths the appearance of your skin. I use it in that DIY face serum as well as that immunity support roller bottle that I talked about. Next, you've got lavender. This is the oil of relaxation. You noticed I talked about it in a lot of things that bringing on sleep, my roller bottles, diffusing it, applying it to the bottoms of your feet before bed. It's called the Swiss Army knife of essential oils because it really has so many uses even beyond that we didn't talk about tonight. You've got peppermint. This supports gastrointestinal comfort. It promotes a healthy bowel function. I also like to use it in DIY foot creams and body scrubs, but it has that really strong, invigorating smell that I love. Citrus Fresh. This is a very uplifting blend. It tastes great in water, and it supports your overall wellness when taken internally. You've got Thieves, which we talked about a lot tonight. I know you're excited about that one. Supports a healthy respiratory system, overall wellness. You can add a drop to your drinks, like tea or coffee, for a spicy zing. It's our go-to when the seasons change and there's those sicky ickies around like we talked about. This next one, guys, Stress Away. It's my favorite. It's my favorite in the kit. I'll tell you now. It's the emotional oil blend. I suggest, when you get your kit, opening it up, putting a drop on your wrist, rubbing them together, and just using that to kind of bring you this vacay in a bottle as you explore the rest of the kit. Then you've got lemon. I found that this is one a lot of the guys like as well. It's a citrus flavor, enhance the taste of food and water. It's in Thieves and Tincture Red, may support your immune system as well. Pin Away. This is great for applying after exercise to soothe those sore muscles. It's stimulating. You can apply it to the back of your neck or back for a soothing experience. You've got Raven. This is a cleansing blend. It creates a cooling sensation when you apply it to your chest or your throat. Digest. This is okay. It is not, I personally don't like the smell of it, but that's not what oils are all for, right? They're for use. And this oil is great for supporting your digestive system. So you can make a tummy tamer roller bottle for those times when you feel like overstuffed after a meal is a great use. This is another favorite of mine, guys. I love this one, Valor. It has recently been added back to the starter kit. And it basically provides—
You were saying.
Let me turn up. It basically provides liquid courage and balance. And it's actually what I got in my diffuser tonight, guys. I love it. And then finally, Peace and this one too. It's sweet, it's gentle, perfect for your evening routine, both for your kids as well as for you, after the kids go to bed and you need to relax. So all 12 of these oils are for you when you purchase that Young Living Starter Kit, along with your diffuser, which is, my favorite way to easily experience new oils. There's so many reasons. You've got all 12 of them and you've got all the things you need right here. So guys, you're also getting a bunch of extras with your starter kit. You're getting that bottle of Thieves hand sanitizer, say 2 sample packets of Tincture Red, which is that antioxidant drink that everyone in our family drinks every morning. And you also get complimentary membership pricing. So that means that every single order that you place is going to be 24% off, which is incredible. I personally am also running a special Spring is in the Air special, which means that when you purchase before this coming Sunday, March 31st, the end of the month, you're also going to get a goodie box of some fun oily stuff to get you started, plus a $20 Amazon gift card directly from me. So once you've ordered your starter kit, you're going to get this essential oil starter guide. It details all the different products in it, tells you exactly how to use it, recipes, blends, everything about how to get started. You're going to get like this kind of like oily lifestyle guide. It tells you the why behind a lifestyle of oils. It shows you exactly what to do. Kind of like the life hacks we've been talking about tonight, but so much more information in this book you're also going to get. You're going to get some lid label stickers, guys. These are fun. you get to take these off, put them on the top of your oils and have it all pretty and organized. You'll love them. You'll get that $20 Amazon gift card directly back to you. Maybe you want to purchase, a few roller bottles like this to do with your oils. I use this for like my serum. You could purchase this. This was also something, this would be an idea. There's some places with great prices. You can get a lot for $20, and I'm happy to give, recommendations on that. You're also getting access to a 6,000 plus member Facebook group where you can ask any questions that you want about oils. People are in there every single day asking questions. You'll never feel alone on this journey. And I found it really helpful to go in there and just kind of browse and see what's new, what can I find out, okay? Did you know also there is actually a way that you can get your oils for free? So when you purchase your starter kit, you're automatically getting, that 24% off membership, which is amazing in the first place. So you get that 24% off any future orders. But you've also got the option to share the oils with others, which is basically what I'm doing on this class here tonight. And so, if you want to do more, of course, that's great as well, but there's never any pressure to share the oils, but I just want you to know that the opportunity is there. It's not an expectation, but it's there if it's something that you want to do. I even offer the class to teach this exact online class that you're listening to tonight to like a group of your friends that you bring together online. And if 3 of your friends sign up for a starter kit, then you basically recoup the cost of your own starter kit. Okay. So there's lots of opportunities. You can share with your friends and family if you want, but there's never any expectation. But I always want to let you know that that option is there. All right. So how do you get started, right? It's as easy as going to youngliving.com, clicking on the button that talks about become a member, and then filling out the form. Now you'll see that my sponsor enroller number is there, but I'll give you an even easier way to get to it because let's be honest, remembering a number like that is not easy. Okay. So if you go to my special link, which is oilswithsummer.com, it's actually going to take you directly to the Young Living website, to the enrollment form, and it's going to already have my enrollment number filled in for you. So oilswithsummer.com is what you need to remember. Don't bother remembering the number. That's the easiest thing for you. Okay. All right. Now, I do like to address this because some people can be a little iffy about this, right? The reason that you need this number is because Young Living is a MLM or a multi-level marketing company. Okay. So yeah, that can be kind of like, ooh, what's that, right? But I want to have you think about it this way. When you go down to Target or a Walmart, you're basically supporting a CEO's third vacation home on the beach, right? When you're going and buying through an MLM, you're basically buying local. So you're supporting my own family business, just as you were if you were going down to the mom and pop store, brick and mortar down the road. And I'll say, I used to be a skeptic as well, but I now truly believe this is the best form of business out there because I get to recommend products that I love. So my favorite part about sharing Young Living essential oils with you is that I am literally able to have 100% confidence behind this product. Flat out, the oils work, right? They work. For a company that sells over 100,000 starter kits in a month, they're able to make that happen for a reason. People are feeling out of control when it comes to their own health and the things they're exposing their families to in their home, and they're ready to make an empowered decision and take care of their own wellness, right? So can you live a completely toxin-free life? No, of course not, right? But you can be intentional about minimizing your exposure. And that's really what the starter kit is all about. That's where your oils come in. So you can take control of your life and you can say, I'm going to take control of my cleaning supplies and my soaps and my self-care and my products and my beauty routine and say, I want to live a happy and healthy, less toxic life. That's where the oils come in. The starter kit has thousands of uses, and we just touched on a few of them tonight. So guys, you are the gatekeeper of your home. It is up to you what comes into your house. Only you are responsible for what shows up there, right? We can't, change the past, but we can say no to products that we don't want there anymore. It's all about know better, do better. And, I believe it's time to create a happier and healthier and less toxic life for yourself and your family. So remember, guys, all it takes is that first step. It's as easy as going to oilswithsummer.com. It's going to take you directly to that starter page. And I do want to say, though, if you're feeling unsure, I totally get you. Because this is exactly the mindset space that I was at before I ordered the Young Living Starter Kit as well. And I really want to promise you that you're not alone in this feeling. Okay. The people who join Young Living are literally just like you. They're women, they're men, they're moms, wives, grandmothers. They're simply people that are ready to take care of their own wellness for themselves and their families. And, none of us have all the answers. I don't have all the answers, but we're all learning as we go. And we're intentionally making the choices to be empowered in our wellness decisions and giving ourselves the ability to be well informed in our self-care choices. So my best advice is just to take the leap, right? You can take it slowly. You can dive right in. You can just put an oil in your diffuser. You can use the information I'm going to be sending you in your oily goodie box. You can educate yourself and commit yourself to understanding this lifestyle. It's all about taking that first step and grabbing your starter kit. And guys, literally, this is just the first step. Like I said, this is just the first step on a new lifelong journey with essential oils. Okay. So remember, when you purchase the Young Living Starter Kit, you're getting your 16 oils. You're getting your choice of a diffuser. You're getting all of the extra samples and things and goodies that we talked about. You're getting member pricing of 24% off all future orders. And guys, if you were to break down the price of everything that you're getting in this starter kit, like literally go to the Young Living catalog and look up the retail price, it would be worth over $400 if you added it all up, okay? Over $400 worth of value is in this starter kit. Then of course, plus remember, I'm giving you back, a $20 Amazon gift card, all the extra goodies that I shared with you, the education pack, the stickers, if you purchase by this Sunday, March 31st. So total, when purchased at retail value, this package would cost $435.74, okay? That would be the total retail value. Now think about this, really think about this. If this starter kit can help you create a happier and healthier home and lifestyle for your family for good, would it make sense for you to invest in getting those results? I know what the answer is for me and my family, but it's something that you've got to decide for yourself. So guys, you can see why this would be a good value, the results that you're getting at a little over $400. But you have the opportunity to get the premium starter kit today for $165. The entire starter kit of $400+ value for $165. It's really crazy. When you're getting this, you're literally getting 12 bottles of oil for less than $9 per oil. I can't imagine a better price than that. Less than $9 per oil plus your diffuser, all for $165, plus of course, that 24% off discount and all the other goodies we talked about. Okay, guys, if you're excited to finally experience the power of essential oils for yourself, I encourage you to use this link to order your starter kit today, oilswithsummer.com. You're going to go to the enrollment page, choose a member instead of the retail customer. So you get that 24% off pricing. Next step, you pick your diffuser. If you pick either the Desert Mist or the Dewdrop, you're going to get it for that $165 price point that we talked about. If you want to upgrade to the Aria, it's going to make your price point $265. And then you're going to be asked if you want to enroll in Essential Rewards. So Essential Rewards is simply basically a monthly wellness box where you have the opportunity to pick everything that goes in your monthly wellness box. Your only requirement is that you're spending $50 worth of product per month in that wellness box. Now, if you're saying, I just kind of want to try one oil here and there, honestly, this is probably not for you. But if you're really committed to making essential oils and changing your wellness, changing your life, changing your family, getting those toxins out of your home for the long haul, and that you're committed to this type of life, then your way to go, and you're going to want to go ahead and get signed up if you're planning to take that next step. You're going to get back points back for future offers. You're going to get free oils. You're going to get free gifts. You're going to get all sorts of premier pricing to discounted kits. You've got all sorts of benefits to it. And the quicker you get enrolled, the longer you're part of Essential Rewards, the bigger discount you're going to get. Okay, so it's definitely worthwhile. So what you can actually do is when you're getting your starter kit, you can use your starter kit to sign up for Essential Rewards. Your $165 starter kit is going to count as your first month's order, so you're not paying anything else today. And then it's going to ask you to go ahead and pick what items you want in your next month's wellness box that's going to come to you. you can log into your account at any time to change those. So I like to just do a quick pick of like, oh yeah, I think I'll take a few, Thieves Concentrated Cleaner bottles or a few things like that, because then I know once I get my starter kit and I find out what oils I really like and want more of, I can then go in and log in myself at any time to make that change for the future month. Okay. So guys, once you've done that, filled out your shipping and handling, you're in. Congrats. You have just joined the Young Living Oily Lifestyle. You've joined a community of women. You've joined men as well, right? Don't want to leave them out. But you've really said yes to a brand new lifestyle. And I'm so excited to welcome you into this and be there beside you as you have questions and you start, moving forward in this new life. It's really exciting. I believe, honestly, that this is your time to experience a life supported with essential oils. But I know that if you're still here with me and you're still listening, you might have a few hesitations. And let me address those before I close out. These are some questions I get asked. Am I required to make a monthly order? No, not at all. There are no minimum monthly purchase requirements to be a member of Young Living and get that 24% purchase or percent off. All you have to do is purchase $50 worth of products per year, per calendar year, to keep that membership. Now, if you are going to purchase monthly, then I suggest joining Essential Rewards, but otherwise there are no monthly requirements. Am I required to sell Young Living if I sign up? Of course not, guys. There's never pressure to ever sell essential oils or Young Living products to anyone. I love this stat. 90% of the members of Young Living don't do the business side at all. That tells you that these products work, and why else would people come back and buy them over and over again? Okay. When you buy a starter kit, you get that link you can share with your friends and family and get credit for their purchases, but there's no requirement at all. Okay. And finally, why should I buy my oils from Young Living instead of other companies, right? Why Young Living? I believe it's important to trust the company that you purchase your essential oils from, right? Young Living is a full disclosure company. They own their own farms and they invite you to visit them at any time. They don't use herbicides. They don't use pesticides. They do both in-house and third-party testing on their oils. They use only the first distillation of oils, and they have their seed to seal promise, which means you can be guaranteed that you're getting the highest quality of oils available. Okay. So guys, this is a $400 value. You've got a chance to get it all for $165 today. I just can't imagine a better offer and some way that you're going to invest your money that is literally going to change your life and change your family's life. Remember, use the link below to get started, oilswithsummer.com. And I honestly can't wait to support you on your essential oils journey for yourself. Finally, I do want to thank you. I want to thank you for spending your time with me tonight. It's for watching the replay, if that's you, for taking a moment out of your busy schedule to say, this is important. This is important to me and my family, and showing up for me here. I really appreciate you being here, no matter where you are in your journey with essential oils, whether it's just starting or you're already an avid user. I appreciate you showing up. If you have any friends or family that could use this, please feel free to share this video with them. I will be leaving it up and able to be viewed until Sunday night at March 31st, this weekend, which is when my special Spring in the Air promo ends as well. So feel free to share it far and wide up until that point. And I would love to answer any questions that you might have as well. If you want to leave a comment or send me a personal message, I am happy to do that. And I'm going to be going back to the comments when I get off tonight and following up with anything that is posted there as well. Okay. So finally, before we close out, I promised you a giveaway. I'm going to deliver. So please, to enter the giveaway, guys, to win that free bottle of essential oil, free carrier roller-on bottle, so you can get started to get it in there and really carry it with you. If you'll go to my website, which is thefreshfacedmom.com/giveaway. There's going to be a very short form to enter, basically the information that I need to contact you if you win. And I'm going to be picking a winner on Monday, April 1st. And I'll post that winner both in the Facebook group here, Facebook event page, as well as contacting you directly. Okay. So I wish you luck, and I do hope that you enter that giveaway there. All right, guys. Thank you again. Thank you for taking the time to be here. Reach out if you have any questions, and I'm going to tell you, have a good night. Bye, everyone.